to the Comic Boot. I'm Kalen.
I'm Cody.
And I am James, and super confused.
So today we're kind of going outside of the realm of superheroes and looking at something that's really not necessarily a comic book, but
it's manga.
It's a manga.
It's manga. It's Japanese
manga.
comic books.
So tomorrow in theaters, Ghost in the Shell.
We get whitewashed Hollywood again.
Oh yeah, this is like the
ScarJo.
This is like the third thing we've done where people are pissed off about lack of Asian representation.
Dude, I haven't seen. Are people mad about this? Because I haven't seen anything about it.
Oh hell yeah!
Are they?
Yeah.
Because the main character is obviously Japanese, and ScarJo is obviously not.
Well, you're telling me that a character named... Hold on, what's her full name?
Motoko Kusanagi.
Yeah.
I could totally be butchering that, by the way, so I apologize.
Major Motoko Kusanagi.
Oh yeah, Major.
Motoko Kusanagi isn't white?
No, James, I don't believe she is.
Dude, I saw the previews. She is totally white.
Oh my god, yeah.
So to be fair, in the anime, she is pretty pale.
Well, everyone
Dude,
in all anime,
that's anime.
Yeah.
in all anime, the characters look
big eyes.
Yeah, and that's like, and it's a cultural thing.
It is.
So that doesn't make them any less Asian characters.
Well, I mean, if you love robot nipples, dude, if you love robot nipples, check out this movie. Because there are so many robot nipples. So many. 4.
Well, this movie is considered a...
Porno?
What is it? Well, probably, but it's also considered a defining...
There's no penetration.
...classic of anime, and it's the inspiration for numerous sci-fi works. Major one of which, by the way, is The Matrix.
Yes, actually it is. Because the Wachowskis actually showed the producers
Ghost in the Shell.
And they said, we want to do something kind of like this. Which they could have just as easily said, showed them Blade Runner, and, you know...
Well, I think they admitted Blade Runner was a big influence, too, but...
But, yeah, I tried to watch this anime several months ago, and I didn't make it very far, because I was like, I am missing something. And that's when we had that big conversation where I'm like, is this the first one? Because I feel like I was missing so much. Like, I have no idea what a ghost is. I have no idea who these people are, what's going on, the state of the world. Like, I just don't know.
And that's how a lot of anime works, is that they just kind of throw you in the middle of the action.
A lot of it's in medias res, pretty much. Like,
yeah,
it's thrown...
It's right in, and you hit the ground running, and you have to keep up. And that's one thing that a lot of people find off-putting about anime, I would imagine.
Very few of them are
But this movie is so...
Or not that way, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so grounded in philosophy. Like, it's not an action movie. There's action in it, but it's not an action movie.
No, because they take 30-minute, like, scenery breaks. Where it just shows clips of scenes while it's raining, that whole rain sequence or whatever.
Yeah, where it's, like, raining and just showing clips of the city while it's playing, like, its theme.
Yeah, and that 10 minutes wasted.
It didn't
filler
propel
filler shit.
Right.
But you got to make an hour-long anime into an hour and 20, so you can release it in theaters. I guess in '95, which is when this came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we open on. What do we open on?
It's Major.
She's on a roof.
Major is on the roof of this building, and Section 9 is scoping out this diplomat.
Which Section 9 she works for?
She works for Section 9, and Section 9 is a military or government branch that...
does a lot of wet work.
It does a lot of, naughty things.
It's essentially the CIA mixed with the Navy SEALs, in a way.
Kind of, but it really only handles situations that are like cyber terrorism and things of that nature, because in this it takes place in the year 2029, where in this future everyone
almost there
right, where
Sex
everyone
robots.
is kind of connected to the net, which is like the internet,
interwebs.
We have become so advanced in our technology that we can put people's brains in synthetic bodies.
I guess when you look at it in '95, that's a crazy fucking idea.
It is. But now, in 2017, we're like, we've seen this shit before.
Yeah.
Well, in 1948, when George Orwell wrote 1984,
everyone was
he
like...
nuts.
Yeah, and they're like,
now everybody's
what?
reading that book again.
Yeah, and you're all like,
Yeah, they're like and now dystopian futures are like the centerfold for all young teen books now. So kill me.
Hunger Games, Maze Runner,
what is his name?
Cormac McCarthy.
That wrote The Road.
Yeah,
perpetuated that as well.
That book is such a pain in the ass to read.
Dude,
it's a good book. It's just the way he wrote it is annoying.
It's not. It won all kinds of awards, but it's not
good. Some things that in this philosophy I looked up some stuff to try and piece things together or kind of help make sense to you.
Well, now correct me if I'm wrong. She is struggling with her humanity.
Yes.
And knowing that she is an android, but she has a little bit of human DNA in her brain, but she struggles with identity. And this whole movie is about her chasing this other character named...
the Puppet Master?
The Puppet Master, trying to find out exactly who she is.
That's one of the big questions. Hold on, let me read this. In this article, it says the various protagonists are left with disturbing questions, such as, what exactly is the definition of human in a society where a mind can be copied and the body replaced with a synthetic form? What exactly is the ghost, the human soul, in the cybernetic body, or shell? And where is the boundary between human and machine when the differences between the two become more philosophical than physical? So these are the things that Major is struggling with, a part of doing her job and trying to find this cyber terrorists. And, I think that's a really cool, thing to look at.
Well, it becomes...
You guys might be able to hear my dog trying to snore on the ground and wagging her tail.
It becomes more of a question of, what does it mean to be human in regards to mortality, too, though,
Well, yeah, because, skip to the end, we see...
The Puppet Master is talking to her about reproduction. He said that's one core thing about humans that I cannot do, is reproduce.
Is that what he was talking about?
I think so,
He can't reproduce and he can't technically die.
Dude, I'm so confused, man.
It all has to do with finding your identity in reliance on too much technology in the modern world and in regards to what it means to be a human.
Well, I will say is if the movie that comes out tomorrow follows this exactly, this movie is going to fucking fail.
It doesn't follow it at all. It's, I think they're cutting out a lot of the philosophical things about it, and they're taking stuff from all the different Ghost in the Shells that have come out. Like, a lot of it's going to be from the first one, and they're taking some stuff from the sequel, like the gynoids that you see in the trailer.
What?
The Robo Geishas.
Oh, the Geishas?
Yeah, they're called gynoids. Like, yeah. And
those things are badass.
Really close to gonad.
Sure.
You would go there.
I would.
So the gynoids were a thing in the second movie, and I think they're taking some stuff from the standalone complex. So they're taking bits and pieces from all the different things that have been done as far as Ghost in the Shell and kind of making it its own Americanized version. So I'm not entirely sure. She's a lesbian?
James is showing Kaylin an image. I have yet to see said image, but Kaylin is clearly interested.
On IGN.com...
This is my argument that most anime is spank material for young children and adult lonely men.
So,
sorry.
Okay. This article says that she's LGBT because she...
Don't forget the Q because she's questioning.
And the Q. Major is seen in season 1 of Standalone Complex where she wakes up naked in a bed with other partially dressed women.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool, she's a lesbian. And actually in the trailer, you see Scarlett Johansson kissing another woman.
Yeah, which is... She kind of reminds me of the girl from that Charlize Theron movie where they had hands on their feet.
Aeon Flux?
Aeon Flux, yeah.
The whole movie makes me think of Aeon Flux, really.
That was a weird movie, though.
Yeah. But I mean,
either of you remember Ultraviolet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that Mila Jovovich?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
I could have given two shits about the plotline of that movie, but the action of it was awesome.
Oh my god, the fight scenes were the best in that movie.
But yeah, so Ghost in the Shell is just one of those things that I am a huge Matrix fan, and I love the philosophy of the Matrix and what the Wachowskis did there with the Hinduism and all that stuff. And I think that if they go away from that with this movie, that it just turns into a shell of like an action movie.
And I think that might actually be what happens. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but we will find out.
I bet it does better than that Matt Damon Wall movie.
Yeah, because there's actually a fan base for Ghost in the Shell, and it actually looks interesting.
What, not for samurai dragon lizard things?
I don't know what the hell those things were that they were fighting.
Oh, I think
but they
dragons.
took something that was already grounded in history, like we know what the Great Wall was for, is to block off the Huns, and then they turned it into
built by one of the worst emperors ever in Chinese history. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how many people died building that thing?
Yeah.
How many people that died are part of that thing?
Yeah.
They use dead bodies to create filler.
That's very true. Oh my god.
And brutal. You cannot see it from outer space, so I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's not fact.
It's not?
No.
Can you see? What can you see pretty implicitly?
I mean, at
space?
night
Florida. You can fucking see Florida.
Florida?
You can see, like, at nighttime views, you can see all the cities lit up. So you have an idea, but you can't see...
Yeah, but you can't see the actual wall
there's
itself.
There's no, like, monument you can see from space.
The thing is, what, 20 feet wide? You can't see something 20 feet wide from 200,000 miles away, dude.
I've never tried it.
I'm just saying.
I guess if you turn the Hubble telescope around, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
you can probably see through the Earth, but...
Yeah. Maybe we can get B.O.B. and Shaquille O'Neal up there
and
show them that the world is fucking round, and then prove that we can't see the Great Wall of China.
How is that a debate in 2017?
Because people are stupid and smoke too much weed.
Yeah. Speaking of weed, you might need it to watch this film.
You might help.
It might.
Dude, there's movies I've seen where if I was on shrooms, that movie would have been an experience.
But
The second Alice in Wonderland?
I watched it, but I've heard.
It's so good. I love it.
It's wild. But, no, the sequel to this, Innocence, it's so much more fucked up than... you're confused now. Don't even try to watch Innocence.
No, it's my understanding that Innocence is pretty well only a sequel in name. Like, a lot of the events from the first movie aren't really talked about in it. I don't know. I've never seen Innocence. I've only ever seen the first one.
Well, Major kind of comes back. Well, it doesn't... Major's not a huge key player. Like, she's in it, but really more in the background, because now she's kind of transcended what she was after merging.
She became the one.
After merging with her consciousness with the puppeteer, she has become something completely different and unique. So she's not really... It follows Bato and the other guy. I can't remember his name. The one with little to no modifications to his body.
Oh, the driver that looks like Don Johnson?
Yes.
No, that looks like Ryu.
Yeah,
from Street Fighter.
Yes.
But dresses like Don Johnson.
Exactly.
Wait, now which Don Johnson though?
Miami Vice Don Johnson.
Ooh.
Not Django Unchained Don Johnson.
Oh no, I was thinking Nash Bridges Don Johnson.
Oh, okay, no. That's a lot of Don Johnson in this episode. Anyway,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we start on her, and she assassinates the guy that's trying to convince somebody, a scientist, to defect. And then we cut to a scene where it's trash men that are... One guy's going around and...
One guy's actually doing his job, and the other guy's at a phone booth, and he's using this illegal key card, it looks like, and he's, hacking into the system.
And then we see the dude with the... Bato. And he's trying to chase down this hack.
Yes.
And Major is kind of in the wings somewhere,
Major is... she's in that van with Don Johnson... for lack of a better name, because I can't remember. But yeah, she's in the van with him.
Sonny.
And she's talking to him, and they're kind of going into a level of the philosophy of her saying, because he poses the question, why did you transfer me out of the police department? And she kind of gives him this spiel about if you breed out diversity, it's a slow death. Or